I played a video game.
Oh yeah,
really?
Played a game called Oninaki, which is in a demo right now. Does that sound like
what? Where does this game hail from?
Come on, no idea. It is a mystery. So it's in demo. It comes out August 22nd. So I'm actually going to be able to hop in and play it before the madness of September hits. And I heard that it was out in demo, and I was kind of like, maybe I'll check it out. But then I started seeing a bunch of reviews come out saying this is actually surprisingly really good. So I was like, all right, time to go check it out. It's free demo, might as well. It's on Steam, Switch, and PS4. You can play the demo right now. No Xbox, but everywhere else. So basically what it is a JRPG. It's made by a company called the Tokyo RPG Factory.
Okay.
So, I mean, yeah, obviously.
What do they make?
They make racing games.
Where are they from? Yeah. Turns out they're in Cincinnati, Ohio. Crazy, right?
Making wrestling games. Crazy, I know. We would never have thought. It's published by Square Enix, though.
Okay, nice.
But so yeah, it's an RPG, and the really interesting thing is the world that you're playing in. So you play as a character called a Watcher, and Watchers are people that help the lost transition to go and be reincarnated. So in this world, they believe in reincarnation. You die, and then you go and start a new life as another human. But you can't do that if you get stuck in like the middle between world. Purgatory, basically, but really spooky with monsters.
Cincinnati.
Monsters and demons and bad things. So
interesting. Okay.
You can't go if you get stuck there. So they believe that if your family is grieving for you and you're like, they're really upset, that actually stops you from being able to pass on and be reincarnated. So they're always telling people the big part of this culture is that you can't grieve for your family member. You got to get over it. You got to get over it. Be happy. Otherwise, they are going to be stuck in this awful world alone, and it's terrible. So that's what the Watchers do.
You do that by fighting monsters.
Yeah,
naturally.
Basically, obviously. So you go to the other world. You find this lost soul, and then you help them transition over. And there's some really dark themes in the game. Like there was a cult that ended up just doing mass suicide because the leader was like, I can totally take you to the next world and it's going to be dope and awesome. So, and there we find a child who was a part of that mass suicide. And then there was a family who lost their son and they wanted to be killed so they could go and be with their son in this purgatory world. So it deals with a lot of dark themes, and they really, really delve into that culture. So that's why that story is actually really important. It's not just like a background for fighting stuff and being around demons. They really do heavily incorporate that into the story. But what's cool, what I found really cool, so the way that you fight, it's kind of like a hack and slash game.
It looks a little like Diablo.
Kinda. I could see how you could feel, how you could get those vibes. But the fighting system is really interesting because you have these things called daemons, and that is how you fight. They have their own weapons, they have their own skill trees, they have their own ultimates and stuff that you can unlock. And I'll give you an example. So you start with a girl who has a sword. So you're fighting with this like really fast sword girl who can dodge everywhere, and she has those kind of abilities. And then later on you find a guy with a spear. So he has like long range attacks. It changes your jump into an actual jump where you can do aerial attacks instead of just dodging around everywhere. And you can change between these daemons on the fly in the middle of combat. So you can really switch what you want to use based on the situation that you're in. And you can find new weapons for the people to use. You can find that, like I said, they all have huge skill trees.
That's cool.
Massive skill trees to unlock. And the really cool thing as well is they're not just a tool for you to use to fight things. They have their own backstory. So daemons they used to be people and they got lost. So they're part of these lost people that are stuck in purgatory, but they don't remember their life at all. They don't remember anything in the past. And as you start bonding more with this daemon, you can start finding out about their life and you unlock their memories. You find out more about them. So I found that to be really cool. I've really enjoyed it so far.
Can you give the daemon a pep?
It's been really good. You can bond with them more, which
Ooh.
makes your fighting better.
There we go. That's kind of a pep.
That's peppy.
Yeah.
It looks like there's even like you can do like kind of a tag team move where both of your daemons kind of come.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool things that you can do. And for the beta progress carries over to the game.
Whoa.
Oh, wow. That's like
That's
so
interesting.
you can technically start playing now, and that's your character that you can level up and take with you, which is interesting.
And this is a single player game?
Yes.
Interesting. Wow.
This game looks like it's going to be fantastic on the Switch. Like
it would be really good on
be able to like just grind an RPG on the Switch. It seems like it's perfect for that. I remember when Diablo came out on the Switch, I was like, oh man, it seems like such a great experience to play that on the Switch. But I've already played through it, so I don't know. I don't really want to pay $60 for it. But this, like, it's got kind of like a Japanese Diablo vibe that looks like it could be a lot of fun.
That sounds amazing.
I found it to be really fun. Yeah, the world is really interesting. I love the fact that you don't just, you find a new weapon and, I'm going to use a spear now because I found this weapon. It's like a whole person that you found, and you find their story. And I found it to be really good. So if you want to check it out, the demo is obviously free on Steam, Switch, and PlayStation. So anyone can go in right now.
So you could play it on the Switch right now, and your progress is going to carry over.
Yep.
Yeah.
Huh.
And there's also a second mode you can check out as well. So you play through the story, and then you unlock a battle mode. So if you want to experience what it's like to have high level characters, you can temporarily test them. That bit doesn't carry over, but you can play like a battle mode and then just test. Because the one thing I played through the demo, and like the one thing I found, I really enjoyed it. Like gameplay wise, it was really cool, and I could see it evolving into the game that I want it to be. But I found, like, especially for the first, say, half an hour, because obviously you don't have too many abilities. It's quite combat initially started quite repetitive, but then once you started to unlock more daemons and stuff, then it started to get interesting. So yeah, you see what the game is going to be, and once you kind of realize that. But yeah, I thought it was really cool.
That's cool.
I thought it was cool because you can have you start off with just obviously one ability because your daemon is like super low level. They don't know anything yet. So you have, but each daemon can have 4 abilities, and then you can have like 4 daemons to switch between.
Okay.
So that's actually quite a lot of abilities, and it ends up not being nearly as repetitive when you can switch between all of them and use all the different abilities.
I think I'm going to download this demo for the Switch. It looks like a really fun game. I would have gotten turned off by the art, because the animation, the Japanese animation thing isn't really my cup of tea. But the gameplay looks fantastic.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I think it's going to be a game that I really enjoy. I love leveling up stuff. They've got deep skill trees, which I love, and I just love the whole atmosphere of the game, the story, and just this centered around this reincarnation culture. And yeah.
When's the release date on this then? Official?
August 22nd.
Wow. So you could start playing now and then jump in August 22nd, right before Monster Hunter World.
Yep. You get some good time with Oninaki, and then
but you only have 6 days with it. No, you only have 8 days with it, because don't forget, on August 30th. Astral Chain launches.
Right.
Astral Chain comes
yes.
out.
Oh my
Which
God.
then you have.
So Astral Chain, I think we can get through like somewhat quickly, right? Because it's a single player like game.
Yeah.
Hopefully, maybe. I feel like Oninaki. I feel like that's a decent amount of time to spend with that. I know it is an RPG, and you can technically spend hundreds of hours in there. But I think you could get a general taste of what the story is, get through the story, and get all the daemons and stuff like that. Maybe you won't upgrade every single skill tree, but I think you can get a good amount through the game in that amount of time.
It's like a great Switch game.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
Would you play it on, Watts?
I played it on PC.
PC? How did it control?
frames?
Was it direct control?
So it uses just the keyboard if you're using keyboard and mouse.
No mouse.
So you control the movement of your character with
so you have WASD,
WASD,
which is normal kind of movement. And what I did is I changed the key bindings to have the right part of the keyboard be to do with the daemon, so like switching daemons and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then the left part was me controlling movement and skills and stuff. So it was a little weird because I was like, I'm not using my mouse at all. But then it ends up actually not being too bad. You're just basically using your keyboard like a controller almost.
So you aim your attacks based on the direction your character is facing using the WASD? Okay.
Yep.
I'm assuming you use a controller on PC if you want.
I use keyboard and mouse because I just got used to it after changing the keybinds. But yeah, controller works totally fine. Makes sense. Feels good.
Cool.
So I think you can use whatever, and it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it runs well on Switch as well. That's why I played my one.
Nice.
Yeah,
How does
I
it
think I
control
might
on the
actually get it
Switch?
for Switch too.
Switch is really good. I mean, Switch is kind of just like how you sort of expect it. So right stick is camera, left stick is move, and then all your usual kind of buttons from there. So it just felt sort of like just at home on Switch. So
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
It almost feels like it was kind of made for Switch, but you can also just play it in other places.
Nice.
Are there any
Yeah,
limits
the
to the
definitive
demo?
version.
So yeah, especially for Japanese games, right? Being able to take it portably, that's like huge for Japan. So
Yeah.
makes sense.
True.
Are there any limits to the demo? Like, can you only play for like 4 hours, or can you just play as much as you want?
What was the limit you found, Eric?
I didn't actually get to the very, very end of it because I just did my further video, so I need to go back and finish it. So I haven't. I think the end is just like the limit is just kind of a particular story part. So I don't. There's no time limit. It's like you can, for example, there's an area where you can kind of wander around. And there, although I did read online, there is a level cap limit, so you couldn't just grind the area, just kind of get yourself to like level 99 and be like, I'm ready to go, guys.
Yes.
Ready to go
Play
with
the
the
game.
game, guys. Woo. Yeah.
But I think there's definitely a good enough like chunk to I can probably get a couple of hours out of it or something like that. So a decent sort of like starting chunk kind of thing.
Yeah, I think I've already played for it must have been 3 hours, and I
Oh,
don't
nice.
think I'm like anywhere near reaching the final part yet.
Cool.
Okinawa. Sounds good. Oninaki. Sorry.
Okinawa.
Okinawa.
Playing Okinawa, right? No.